You will often need to protect some pages of your application and display them only if the user is authenticated. Otherwise, you redirect the user back to the sign-in page if he tries to access a protected route when he is not logged into the application. So here, the page we want to protect is the dashboard of our application. For now, every user can access it whether he is logged in or not. Let's go ahead and create our protected route. To do so, create a new file and call it ProtectedRoute.js. Then, import the redirect and the route components from the React router DOM. Then, I'm importing a custom hook called useAuth I've created earlier, which embeds all the authentication logic so that we can focus on the protected route itself. Here you can use any authentication techniques you like. It does not matter for our example. Next, we can create our React component, name it ProtectedRoute, and export it as default at the bottom of our file. Then, inside our new component, we can call our authentication hook and retrieve the current authenticated user. We check if the current user is actually logged in. If not, we render our redirect component and set the toProp to / to navigate the user back to the home page. Here, you could decide to redirect him anywhere else, like a signing page, for example. Otherwise, we render a regular route component and pass all the props to it. So let's recap what is going on here. First, we try to retrieve the current authenticated user using our React hook. Then, we check if we get one, and if not, it means that the current visitor is not authenticated and therefore can't access this protected route. So we redirect him to the home page with the redirect component. Otherwise, if the user is logged in, we just render a route component, as usual, to display the protected route if the current URL matches. Alright, let's go back to our app.js file and import our new protected route component. Then, we can replace the /route with a protected route to restrict access to the page only to the logged in users. Now, let's save our file and try to access the dashboard page. As you can see, when I click on the corresponding link for navigating to the /route, I get redirected immediately to the home page. But now, if I sign in to the application and try again, I can access the dashboard page as expected because I'm logged in. And finally, if I sign out once again, I get redirected back to the home page and I can't access the dashboard anymore.